Hi and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. Today we're going to do a general reading using the Spiritual Wisdom Oracle deck and the Crystal Visions Tarot. The first card has already come flying out, but let's carry on, shall we? So first of all, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Jo. If you are a returning viewer, great to see you again. If you are a subscriber, much love to you. Let's take the second card as soon as I've been shuffling. Right, so the first card out today is Scorpio. Now, you don't have to be a Scorpio for this to resonate. It's just the general energy of this reading. Now, we have, what are we today? 25th of October. So we have literally just come into Scorpio season. Now, Scorpio, as we all know, is all about regeneration. It's about changes. It's about reinvigorating things. Your ability to feel human emotion allows you to connect with others on a profound level, but trying to find moments of stillness and introspection with yourself. It's the Death card in the tarot, so it's about reinvention and changing things up. Okay, we've got the throat chakra. Let your voice be a channel for sincerity, not ego, for understanding, not judgment, for love, not fear. Use it to unite, uplift and encourage. Now, Scorpio is also a water sign, so it is a very emotional time at the moment in that sense. It is a very emotional zodiac sign. So maybe you need to speak up a little bit more about your connection, about what it is that you want to change, and how you are, how you're finding stillness and how you represent yourself and how you put yourself out there. So yeah, maybe now's the time to speak up for yourself. Also, I mean, they're slightly different blues, but blue could be a significant colour here for you. The 10 of Swords, well, there's your death, okay? Something is dead, done and over with. It is Scorpio season, so there is definitely this sense of death and rebirth. You're just coming into winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. Well, mid to late October, so mid to late autumn. So things are dying down, the leaves are falling, one good storm and the leaves are pretty much going to be off the trees. You got the Moon card. Now, it could be about cycles here. We are ending a cycle, clearing out the old energy, allowing the death to take place, the rest and recuperation in order for the regeneration. The moon could be intuition. There could be some intuitive energy here. Like I say, being a water sign, very emotional Scorpios, or just a very emotional energy coming out of the card. There could be something being shown to you. Maybe you have to figure out like the nature versus nurture with the wolf and the dog sort of howling at the moon. One's domesticated and one's wild, so there could be a sense of balance in that energy. The Queen of Cups, so doing it from a place of love for yourself and for others around you. It's not just you, there are obviously always other people involved. Hopefully they're encouraging you and they're uplifting you, but certainly, make sure you're always doing that with them and doing it from a place of love. If you have to be a bit harsh, tough love comes through. But certainly, following your heart, being true to you, what it is that you want as you go through this death and rebirth phase. The Queen, you've got a couple of queens here, so very queen energy. It doesn't have to be feminine person that I'm talking to. It can just be the energy that is feminine. But being very much in your queen era of that step before you become the king. So you're still learning. There's still, don't overgive. Don't overshow too much emotion. Sometimes you have to keep your cards close to your chest. But the Queen of Wands is much more about confidence and making those strides forward and not really giving a shit. Not really giving a shit. But at the same time, like I said before, just being careful about the people around you, the people who rely on you. You do have the Knight of Cups, so there could be an offer coming in. Knights are, I should say, the energy movement of the deck, so it's about how quick something's coming in. There could just be one little obstacle left. In the original tarot, I'm pointing because it's there. In the original tarot, he's just got that stream in front of him, and the horse just needs to step over it or through it. It's kind of like, I don't know how deep it is, I'm not sure. There's a tentativeness of energy to that card, but there is movement. Okay, it's almost like there's just this one last thing that has to die away before this energy can really start shifting. And there's something that does need to be put, an end needs to be put to it. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. There's the manifestation. Okay, so the Magician is all about creation. He's got all the tools at his disposal. He can master that energy, you know, transmute it and change it and pick up the cup and put down the sword when he wants. So there's a real manipulation going on here, but in order to allow yourself to see what it is that you need to bring in, you need to see first what it is you need to let die. It is that death and rebirth energy. You know, you can't have the rebirth without the death. The Seven of Swords. So there could have been some betrayal. There certainly could be some overthinking. It's about, you know, taking all that you need with you. So allow yourself to leave behind what it is you don't want. Again, in the original tarot, you've got it's sort of like a thief where he's taken a few swords. Maybe you need to disarm some enemies. I say that, you know, enemies, take that as it resonates. But maybe you need to call back your power. You do have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, so there is definitely a new beginning coming, which is the rebirth. But obviously you have to take all that you can't leave behind and pull back your energy. Call back your energy. There are plenty of rituals online to do that. Get you in focus, shall we? We've got the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I know I shuffled it back in, but with the Ace of Wands as well. So there's definitely this purposeful, passionate new beginning. This thing that is going to be something that you love. It comes under the Queen of Cups. So, and I will always say it again with the Ace of Cups, that you have to fill your own cup. So work on yourself. Maybe it's parts of you that you need to just admit are no longer serving you, and you know, let them go, whether it's negative thoughts patterns or the way you respond to people. You know, we all find ourselves doing it. We can all be a little bit defensive when there's certainly no need to be. The Two of Pentacles, finding that balance, rebalancing, especially as you let the energy die away and you allow things to come in. You have to, you know, find your feet again and your stead, and allow that balancing to take place, that rebalancing. And speak up for yourself. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, is the juice worth the squeeze? It's a great saying, especially looking at that card. But, you know, having a look at all your investments, okay, things that you've spent time and energy on, is it worth it anymore? Is it worth it to just let it go and then use that energy that you've been putting into one thing to then rebalance into something else, and something you can create with that? There's definitely this sense of rebalancing and manipulating energy with this reading. I think first and foremost you need to speak it into existence. You need to be honest with yourself before you're honest with other people. You got the Hanged Man, hanging around kind of energy maybe, but certainly seeing something from a different angle, seeing things from a new perspective, is certainly going to be helping you here. You got the Nine of Wands and the Devil, so do be careful of the past holding you back, the things you've been through before, and allowing that fear, that energy of well, it didn't work out before, you know, so why do I think I can do it now? Well, the energy has shifted. There's been rebalancing. You're not the same person you were probably last week, let alone last year. You know, people change and we evolve and we grow. And we allow the death process and the rebirth to take place. So be careful you don't end up stuck or holding yourself back because of the way things maybe happened before, or like I say, the way you used to respond to people. And now you've got the King of Cups. So now here comes that upgrade with the extra cup on the table. You go from the Queen to the King. Now this could be a divine connection coming in. I think it's just the rebalancing. You're, you know, going to have that masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang rebalancing coming in. You go from the Queen to maybe overgiving, overthinking, being overly emotional, to actually just being much more in control of what it is that you are going after. You know, what the energy is that's coming in, and how you work and manipulate that energy. This reading is all about manipulation of energy. It's about letting the old die so that you can allow the new in, and grasping it and not responding how you would have before. It's about doing different to be different. I'm going to leave it there. Say thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.